Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
And here we go.
Hello! Welcome back to Heroes at Large. Roll call, guys.
Knee-high.
Badass James Dynamite.
And I am Avaz. We are missing Drewski today, but we do want to give him a big birthday kiss and shout out. He just turned, what was it, like 75 or something?
I think he's 75.
80. I
Yeah.
thought it was 80.
He's up there. But happy birthday, Drewski.
Happy birthday
Yeah, we miss
to
you.
you.
They had to go and get him his
Shots.
his yearly what do you call it?
His shots.
So he can keep living.
His wheelchair.
He had to be put in the Lazarus pit.
yeah, that's what it was.
He had to be put in the Lazarus pit. So
Okay.
what do we got on the docket for today?
So let's get right into news, I guess.
Breaking news.
Infinity
There are
War.
sometimes that knee-high stuff comes out of nowhere. I'm like,
Infinity War. The new Infinity War trailer.
Wow.
What are you guys' thoughts on this new trailer? I mean, it's not necessarily showing a whole lot more, but I think
But
it's
it gets
giving you
some-
more of that feeling of
What we're gonna get.
Yeah, what we're gonna expect in the movie.
I actually like the whole interaction between
Star-Lord.
Peter Parker and Doctor Strange. He's all like,
yeah.
That was good.
Hi, my name is Peter. It's kind of like, oh, I'm Doctor. Oh, we're using our fake names.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I'm
pretty funny.
Spider-Man.
Even the Star-Lord and Tony Stark.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, but I think the best part about that is that Star-Lord has no idea who Tony Stark is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's looking at him
So
like,
he's gonna
"Ooh."
be like totally unimpressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't that cool.
yeah.
Somebody pointed out to me on, I think it's one of the posters.
Oh.
You know, how you get all, I think, was it Entertainment? Where they have the,
Yeah, there
each
was
one
like
has its
12. I think there was like 12
covers.
different covers.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Neon colors, right? Some neon colors.
No.
Well,
It's
the
just
covers.
they all have,
different,
if you
different
collect them
characters
all,
on each cover.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
collect
yeah,
them all,
yeah,
it has the
yeah.
Avenger A. You can
Right.
make a poster out of them.
Okay.
Somebody pointed out to me that if you look at Bucky's cover,
Uh,
there's a break in the arm of, his metal arm.
really?
In between the wrist and the forearm, you could see like the gap, and you could actually see his arm, his like real arm.
Really?
I don't know if they caught that, but I'm like, you think, like it's there.
Wow,
Like
I'm
we weren't gonna notice it.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's just something I just feel. Somebody pointed it out. So I'm
Pull it up again.
like, wait a minute, Marvel.
Let's magnify that.
Did Wakanda get him a real arm?
It's because he was away for a while. That's why.
It grew back.
Yeah, it's slowly starting to
He's
grow
that
back.
white wolf.
Now, how do you guys feel about the whole? Because fanboys, they got to come up with their own ideas as to what's going to happen. And the biggest thing with this trailer, and pretty much everything on Infinity War, is who's going to die.
Who's gonna die?
I don't care who dies. If you know anything about comic books,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
never say dead. In the movies, it might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But you don't have to guess. I mean, everyone has a contract that ended.
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. And Chris Evans.
Right.
Those are the
Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much the big three.
Right.
And the Avengers have moved on without the big three, or their big three,
Yeah.
Right.
and the Avengers before. But they also have recasted.
Yeah, to bring back those big name heroes just with somebody else playing.
Yeah, I mean, if you go by the comic book lore, I mean, they did have like a future version where Tony Stark is not a physical body anymore. He actually imprinted his memory or his mind
Essence,
into
soul,
a computer.
Yeah.
So you just see an armor, and then he just transfers his consciousness to it,
like
Right.
and then it gets put away, and then he goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
But there's always Tony Stark's
Like when he
consciousness.
did in Homecoming. Remember how the suit was around and he wasn't even there?
Right.
Yeah, that was remoted. Yeah.
Same thing with Thor. I mean, they had the female Thor.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, and then even with the Iron Man, they have Ironheart.
yeah.
You know,
Well, that's also probably
and
going to
even
be.
War Machine. War Machine. I mean, he took over for Tony.
Well, there's
for
been a
while.
couple. Well, even in Sam Wilson,
Sam Wilson took over
which
for Cap.
has also, and so has Bucky.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, they have Bucky. I mean, they have Captain America options right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I'm thinking is going to be Bucky would be the best choice right now.
And I even saw something about, I guess the writers were trying to compare the Captain Marvel to Captain America. So I think they're slowly trying to implant she's going to be taking over for Captain America. Now in the trailer, I mean, I really don't see anything that's even going that really makes me think, oh my God, yeah, I think he might not make it, except for that final
Knockout?
shot with Captain America holding back the gauntlet. From Thanos.
You see, and somebody else pointed another little tidbit.
There's 2 Infinity Stones.
He's got 2 stones on that.
But well, not to mention, he doesn't need the Infinity Stones, period, because he's just really super duper strong. But when they're on, I believe they said that we're going to be on Titan, which is his home planet.
Mm-hmm.
You see him use the gauntlet and actually pulling the moon down.
Right.
He's obviously strong, but in that cut scene where you see Captain America holding the Infinity Gauntlet as Thanos is trying to bring it down on him,
Right.
somebody says you could actually see Captain America's eyes glow a different color. So if you have to,
Really?
There's people out there that actually do a total breakdown and slow it down and
I know.
and anticipate, look at every little thing, which I appreciate. Because there are certain things that I feel like, wow, that's what I'm saying. Like that whole break in the armor, I would have never noticed it until somebody sent it to me.
Well, people watch that trailer like step by step, like for hours.
And then
and then
there's props because I ain't got time like that.
And then there's a couple people even on YouTube that like do a slow it down, rewind, replay, explain, slow it down. So I mean that's very time consuming and props to people that do that.
That's me.
Yeah. But in the trailer, I mean, that's probably the only part in the trailer that makes me think, yeah, Cap's really gonna have a hard time on this one. It looks like he's really gunning for him too.
Well, it seems that they're all separated, right? Like they're all.
I think they're all different teams.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're on different teams, probably protecting or hiding the different stones.
And or trying to hunt down the last 2 stones.
Yeah.
Or the last stone and trying to get the other ones back. But from what I read in reviews, I think they said Wakanda is gonna play a major part in this movie.
Well, that's what it looks like.
And it seems that
there's a war or something in there.
It seems to me that the Infinity Stone might be in Wakanda somewhere.
That's what we're talking about too.
It could be like in the vibranium meteor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from that, there's a couple other theories that somebody else has thrown my way. Remember in Iron Man 2 when Tony Stark created a new element to replace the
thing.
Well, there's a rumor that he actually created another Infinity Stone. And then the things that they have to back that up is when Loki touched his staff to his chest, nothing happened.
Right.
And then on top of it, one of the first trailers that we got, it looks like Doctor Strange and Wong are frozen in time, but Tony Stark is moving.
Right.
So it seems the theory is that the Infinity Stones don't affect him because he has a new Infinity Stone. So that's what the rumor is, that if they're gonna make anyone be the star on his way out, it should be the man that kind of helped create the DC.
Well, it makes sense, yeah.
So I think he's gonna be the key, and ultimately, who knows? Maybe that is the final Infinity Stone in his chest.
I'm pretty sure the majority of it's gonna revolve around him in some way, in some major way, because.
He's a big draw.
Yeah, not only that, but then why would they even have him see that future, deaths of all the Avengers? Mm-hmm. You remember in
the flashback?
Yeah, in Age of Ultron.
I'm wondering because they did report an awful lot of characters are going to be in this movie.
Yeah. So right now it kind of makes sense that it's possible that Tony Stark might not, Robert Downey Jr. might not come back. Mm-hmm. He might be one of the ones to die. It's been rumored forever that Captain America is not going to make it either. And in my opinion, it looks like he might not make it either, considering Thanos is really gunning for him. Yeah. And just in that trailer. Now, the last third member, the major member, is Thor, Chris Hemsworth. Oh. Now, if you go back and watch Ragnarok, it kind of makes sense if they do get rid of him because he has nothing left.
Well,
Asgard is gone. His mom and dad are gone. His friends are dead.
Oh, yeah.
What friend?
All of them.
Yeah, remember he had his own crew.
Remember what's his name?
They killed the 3 guys, and the only one that was
Oh,
missing.
the Heroes 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only one
But-
missing was Lady Sif,
Lady
but
Sif.
I mean, the girl that plays Lady Sif has got her own TV show and stuff. She's not doing any of that movies.
Yeah, but they've also hinted towards bringing Asgard back. Asgard is his people.
Well,
you
yeah.
remember that part.
Yes,
Now,
but-
and at the same time, it just happens to be in Norway where Odin is found, and that's where the mythology
remember-
comes from. And that also happened in the book. After Ragnarok, there
Right.
is a rebirth, and
Right.
he is the new king. Now, he could not come back because he's the new king, so there's no need to kill him off. He could just be like, okay, now I'm the ruler of Asgard. I have to stay with my people because
Right.
we're rebuilding. Now here's my hammer, so and so.
But
You seen that when Thanos is walking over the bodies, wearing the people from that ship?
see, that's what I was about to mention, because at the end of Ragnarok, they're asking Thor, okay, so where should we go? Where should we go to rebuild or whatever? And then he finally just decides, let's head to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a credit scene where they're in the ship, and then you see this giant ship show up. And I'm pretty sure that's
It's Thanos'
Thanos.
ship.
Yeah.
So we already know that somehow Thor ends up floating around in space and runs into Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm pretty sure what this means is Thanos, takes that ship, probably either enslaves everybody or kills everybody,
And Loki has
and throws Thor out into space.
Well, I don't think he's gonna. See, here's where it's hard because you have to separate what I know from the comic books.
yes.
Because with Ragnarok, everyone was destroyed.
Right,
Everyone, even
right.
Thor, and he did come back. Yeah, but now he possesses the Odin Force, which is
Right.
what Odin had, and
he
he had a dream where he's like,
Thor.
you should just stop calling it the Odin Force and call it the
Right.
Thor Force, which sounds ridiculous. But little by little, he brought Asgard back. He brought all the people back using magic.
Right.
And this is around the time of the original Civil War. As a matter of fact, it was floating over like Ohio or a farm of Ohio.
Something like that, yeah.
But it was like, I think 5 inches off the ground. So technically speaking, it wasn't in America. It was just floating. And it rebuilt from that. I think even Loki came back, but he was a woman.
Oh
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So
because I think it was even his idea. That
yeah,
he just wanted
I
he wanted to be a woman. Just
Yeah.
because.
and then on top of it, from what I remember, kind of like the same consciousness that happened with the hammer. Like Donald Blake would become Thor,
Right.
but it was kind of living and they separated them. That's what happened. Is that like all the Asgardians were reincarnated into humans.
Yeah.
They just had to be re-woken up to remember that they're Asgardians.
But I mean, in the movieverse, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just kind of trying to connect
To me-
dots from what I've seen.
Yeah,
so far.
to me, the Thor was probably the weakest of all the franchises, with the exception of the last one.
Yeah. But again, with the last movie, though, it pretty much left them with nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, it almost feels like they're saying, okay, here's his last movie, and we're done. You know, you can't go back.
Did you heard about the rumors that the Hulk wears the Hulkbuster suit?
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that. I don't know about that. That doesn't make any sense.
I think it's Bruce Banner.
It
Because
could be, yeah. I mean,
because
it could be.
ultimately he doesn't want to turn
Yeah.
back into Hulk because he's afraid he's not going to be able to come back.
Right.
So I think it's Bruce Banner that's going to get in the suit, and somewhere along the lines he's just going to convert into Hulk in the Hulkbuster and just rip it
Yeah.
out.
Could be.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah.
And, Hawkeye is a pretty good character
Mm-hmm.
that had never been that they didn't. I don't think they portrayed him right. Black Widow, you can only go so far with Black Widow. But
See, I think it's the same with Black Widow. I mean, there's just not much they can do. I mean, they just don't put a whole lot of
Yeah, they
focus
don't.
into those two characters.
And they've been there for all the beginning.
I mean, if anything, Black Widow gets a little bit more attention because she's a chick.
and she's the
And
only
that's it.
female
Yeah.
so far.
So I think that's the only reason why you might think that, she gets a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more attention than Hawkeye does. But then again, I don't know. Hawkeye's character, at least in the movies, it feels like he's more distant anyway.
And he wants to kind of leave. Remember, he wants to
Yeah,
retire.
I mean, he's
be
got
with
his own
his
family in the
I
movie
think,
universe and everything. So.
Everyone wanted a Black Widow movie, but I think they should just do nothing having to do with the TV show, but her and Hawkeye as agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on missions.
Yeah.
They were
Like
talking about
like a Cloak and Dagger James
Yeah.
Bond.
They were
That would be
talking
cool.
about her and Winter Soldier together, a movie with them too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
I wouldn't want to see that because to me that's like
Yeah.
she gets around.
I don't see.
Yeah, I think that's
Who
just
would- who would
Weren't
wanna
there a
do
team in the comics?
Yeah, there were a couple
Yeah.
even in the comics,
Yeah.
but I don't see it working.
because
Not for a movie.
because you already see her like hanging out with
With the
Captain
Hulk.
America in Winter
Oh.
Soldier, and then in
She has
Age
that
of Ultron she's got a thing with the Hulk. We already know that she's been like best buds, at least from what we hear, with Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well, she can't have no
who
kids,
else,
so...
Who else is she going to be, you know what I mean? hooking
Well,
up
the
with?
thing is, I don't think they're not. The only hookup they've ever had that has been interesting has actually been Banner.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I mean, she's a spy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't fault her for doing what she does. I mean, she's got to get in close. It's kind of like, doesn't mean sleeping with them, but I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
and
Tony Stark let his guard down when they first introduced the character.
Yeah, and I get that. It's just, I think the interpretation everybody else is going to take it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just too much. Especially after she supposedly has a big thing with the Hulk, and even Hulk, you know, has a thing with her too.
Yeah, I just
So it
think
wasn't
that
retarded to
both
me.
of those characters were very underutilized.
There's so many characters in there that, man, what are they gonna do with everybody in there? Because remember, we got Vision, we got Doctor Strange, we got Spider-Man.
Yep.
We got so many
But
characters in
this-
there.
in
Yeah, but
this
the thing
first
is that that's
movie,
not all
though-
of them. They're going to do
Oh,
more.
yeah,
they said
yeah,
more
yeah.
than
Yeah,
30.
because in this first movie, I think it's just going to be based on getting Infinity Stones. And in actuality, I think this movie might even end with him not finding all of them.
Yeah.
Because right now they're only showing him
Or it
two
could be,
stones.
or it could be at the end of the movie he finally gets all of them, and
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
now
Could be.
what do we
Because
do?
the other ones are in space, right? Where the Collector.
He's already- I think those are-
no, I
that's
think
one he
those are the
has.
two that he has.
He has that one and the Nova Corps
Yeah,
one.
the movie might actually open up with them being in space.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
it
he
is-
has to come to Earth. He's got to get Vision. He's got to get Doctor Strange, and he's got to find the third one, the
Yeah.
Soul Stone. You know, it's
That's-
possible that maybe he thinks it's in Wakanda and it's not.
The thing,
Who
well,
knows?
he would know how to read the energy off of it.
Yeah.
And the glove does help you out with it. Now,
Right.
it's super weird that it's like the universe,
Mhm.
and we find them so easily, conveniently around Earth.
And it's supposedly everybody else in the universe.
Doesn't know where they're at.
No, they know of Earth.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's one of those things that I'm not gonna.
We're getting
Again,
too far.
I like-
We're getting too far.
It's all
into-
up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, watch the movie and we'll see what happens.
Who
'Cause
got tickets for that movie? For
Yeah,
the
right.
premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within, what was it, 5 hours sold out?
Yeah.
First night?
Who got tickets up there?
Yes, Nihai, we know
We
you
know-
got tickets.
we know you got tickets.
Yes.
And that's because he's going alone. He has no other friends other than us, and we were busy.
He's
One
nerdier than
seat.
we are.
One seat.
One seat
And I can
in
go
the back,
anywhere,
in the
Are you
corner.
kidding? He's probably got the best seat in the house. It's like
He doesn't.
It's like
With a kid's
the
meal, you
Sheldon
can't go
seat.
wrong.
He doesn't.
With a kid's meal.
You can't go wrong with a kid's meal. So
But we're gonna try and do another episode too. Give some backstory on the comic books.
The characters.
Yeah.
the Stones.
Yeah, the Stones as much as we can.
I'm hoping
before
that's
the
where
movie
they
comes out.
introduce Adam. I hope they introduce Adam Warlock. Because they did talk about him in Guardians.
Right.
They might. They
That,
might.
you know, Warlock might not even come out until the next movie.
Because he is
Yeah.
key. If
Maybe
you guys,
that's a
Or,
title.
you know, well, maybe the this one's gonna lead to Guardians 3, and that's when we're gonna get Warlock, and then we get him.
No,
No.
because do they even have anything slated? to come
no,
out
I think
next
it's
year?
gonna. I think it's gonna be Infinity
No,
and then Part
it's-
2. No, Ant-Man and Wasp is gonna come after.
Ant-Man and Wasp,
So are
and
we
then
getting-
Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel's
Yeah.
gonna come out before the
How
next
fast
Infinity
are we
Wars.
getting the second part to this? To
Think-
Avengers.
I think they may have said a year. They're gonna be
It
a
is,
year
it's
apart
next
because
year.
Oh, okay,
because
okay.
they were
It's
filmed.
next
They were
year.
all filmed together.
Yeah.
You're
But
right.
I think after that it's just Ant-Man and Wasp, and then Captain Marvel, and then Infinity
I
again.
think so.
Because we're getting both of them in there too, huh? Wasp and Ant-Man.
They're on
Right.
they're on the covers of a lot of like the
Yeah.
media stuff, but not very much Hawkeye and
No.
like very little Hawkeye.
Who knows?
I
Maybe
feel
they-
bad for the guy.
Maybe they might kill him off. That'll be sad if they kill off Hawkeye. They go and show him with the entire family.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like he like, man, I came out of
Well, they
retirement
could
for this.
bring him back
I
though.
know.
Later on, they could bring him back.
Well, there's a lot of characters they can bring back. I mean, they have a reality stone.
Quicksilver.
So I mean, they have all these. They have these stones that could alter.
You didn't see
History
that coming.
coming.
He said, "You didn't see that coming."
What accent is that? Is that your accent or is that
That's his- that's
Quicksilver's
his-
accent?
That's Quicksilver.
Oh, could you do it again?
You didn't see that coming.
Sounds like a combination of Rocky and Sylvester Stallone, which is the same character. You
Yeah.
still didn't catch me.
Yeah.
Adrian, get to the chopper.
That's another wrong guy.
But
That's
it
Arnold.
just sounded. It just sounded right. It felt right.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
A new trailer dropped this week.
We're kind of excited about it.
Karate Kid, the next saga.
Yep.
The
the next
consignment
one.
continues. Yeah. It looks like
Reverse.
Johnny might be the hero in this version,
Right.
as opposed to from the trailer. It looks like Danny LaRusso's character or Daniel-san became kind of a jerk.
Like a bully, you know.
It looks like he seems like he's kind of a jerk in a way.
Cocky. He's not like cocky now because he won, so he's like, oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just one life event that could change your life that makes it positive. But from what the trailer shows, Johnny is starting the Cobra Kai, and from what it looks like, his students that he's picking or that are going to his school are being bullied at school, and it seems like he's trying to do the right thing, but going about it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Or it could just be that he's trying to do the right thing, and
the name, probably the name, just the Cobra
and
Kai.
Danny LaRusso is just basically turning into a bully, because there's a scene where they show him at his dealership.
Oh yeah,
and he's being a jerk.
Yeah, he's making fun of him.
Yeah, like this is a guy. Well, like technically I didn't kick his ass. I kicked him in the face.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, you know what? That wasn't warranted. There's no need for you to bring that up. I mean, like, you're living in the past 30 years. I mean, even it says right there, 35 years have gone by. It's just one of those things. One bad day happened, and now roles are reversed where Daniel's son is, like, on top of the world, and Johnny is, like, rock bottom from what it seems like. And it seems like the Cobra Kai is what's bringing him back and making him feel better about himself. Obviously, it showed that he was out of shape because he did a kick, and it looked like he pulled something.
Well, hell, they got to be in their 50s or something like that, right?
I think they're mid-40s.
No, if it's 34, 35 years later.
About 50, yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to Google how old... I think, they could be about 50. Yeah, you're right. Because Ralph Macchio aged pretty better than Johnny.
Yeah.
But so it looks pretty good from the first trailer. This is about a 2-minute long trailer.
Yeah.
And like I said, it looks like roles were reversed, or maybe they're just a miscommunication. It looks like Johnny is doing... Looks like he's trying to do the right thing, but going at it the wrong way because he was taught by the Cobra Kai.
Right. So maybe he's just trying to, fix what Cobra Kai,
in a better way for modern.
The name or whatever too. Could be.
Bonsai, Daniel's Bonsai.
May 3rd, I believe, is when that comes out.
Oh, Cloak and Dagger.
You saw the trailer. Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah. Now I'm going to try and do a little bit more research on the characters. I know very little about them.
They were first appeared in Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's where I know them from, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know they're... It seems like it's got the potential. The one thing that it is, it's catered towards teenagers. Kind of like Riverdale is like for Archie.
Right.
Yeah.
But it still looks like
pretty
in
good.
That trailer that they've got the essence of who Cloak and Dagger are.
Yeah, yeah.
Dagger being the essence of light, and Cloak being the essence of
dark. And I know, like, one could create light-based weapons like daggers. That's why her name is Dagger. And Cloak is teleport. I don't know the extent of all their powers. I know they kind of negatively cancel each other out because one's light, one's dark. But at the same time, they have to be close to each other.
I think the teleport, though, I think that has to be when they're both next to each
together.
other.
Yeah,
when they're both together is when they
like, again, that's one of the things we have to look at. Yeah. We need to research those characters a little bit more. And I kind of like the fact that lesser-known characters are actually getting...
Well, you got to think about it this way. I mean, with lesser-known characters, there's just so much more room to create stories for them. So when you go with somebody that's well-known, it's really hard to create a new story for them, because then you end up getting backlash if people don't like it.
But you see, the thing is that people... For example, I loved Constantine TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it went, I think, 13 episodes. And then it got
just one season.
And then it got canceled. And I think for a while it was the highest rated show that NBC had, and it got canceled. And they left you with a cliffhanger.
Right.
And now I know the actor reprising his role as Constantine on the DC TV shows on CW.
Yeah.
Heroes of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow.
As a matter of fact, I believe
he just got cast as regular.
Yeah, regular.
As regular. And I know he first came back.
A regular character now?
Yeah, he's a regular character. Nice. I think that's going to be next season.
Next season.
Him and Flash, right?
Well, Kid Flash.
Kid Flash.
I know that he came back for one episode, a couple episodes in Arrow last year. And then
that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, when he helped Arrow.
So, I mean, I really do like the character.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Yeah. And the actor was great.
Yeah. As a role.
The actor did the voice in the cartoon also, didn't he?
Correct.
Yeah, and the dark.
No, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
To me, he is Constantine.
Yeah.
If you read the book.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to see a remake of Swamp Thing TV show.
Was it a show?
That was a movie.
No, they had a movie, but they also had a TV show.
Yeah. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
It was a TV show.
USA.
Was it? Yeah, it was a TV show.
Yeah, USA.
Yeah, it was a TV show. And he also had cartoons.
When USA barely had started, and he was all Swamp looking like.
Yeah.
And
they had a TV show, and It was like back when I don't know if you remember, they actually had USA Network had a cartoon, Tattooed Teens of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like around that time.
I used to watch a show.
Remember that?
I remember the title and just thinking, what the hell?
I used to watch a show.
It was a combination of Power Rangers and 90210.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, because I used to watch a show, Silk something. It was like a cop show,
Uh-huh.
and it was on USA too.
Silk. Was it Silk? Was it just Silk? Was it a chick?
A chick and a guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember they also did, and then for a while there was a Witchblade.
I remember Witchblade. I remember that one.
And then they even tried Blade, the TV show.
That was
that was on that
TV.
men's network.
No, it was
that was on Spike.
Spike. Yeah,
Spike TV.
Spike.
But those
that
are
died quick.
Yeah,
it
was
nowhere.
Not good when you cast rappers that can't really act. But Cloak and Dagger looks pretty promising. We'll see how that turns out. Like again, as soon as we get more research on some of the on the characters, we'll give you guys more information. Krypton also comes out tonight.
Yeah, Krypton.
As we're recording.
Yeah. It should be airing right now.
Yeah, so
that kind of that's another show kind of I'm talking about where they're getting something people know about and heard of, but there's not a lot of stories.
Yeah, and you guys have heard it. If you guys heard other podcasts, I said I'm not sure because there's not really that much of information as far as like his grandparents. And I do have like those books that have the encyclopedia, which I'm going to look up to and look and see if there is any information of his grandfather.
It's like the first time they even talk about that, because I don't remember.
I believe so. Yeah, and I think that's the reason why they even picked his grandfather, so that way they can just go ahead and create whatever.
Yeah.
Because supposedly there was no Superman exists.
Now here's the thing, because I already seen that there's like a behind-the-scenes show that came out on Sci-Fi for Krypton, and they said Adam Strange is going to come out on the show. And
but now they got to explain the future. Now they got to explain who Adam. Now, would you have preferred Adam Strange or Booster Gold?
Adam Strange.
Adam Strange, I think it makes more sense.
Yeah, because he's the first hero.
And the way they're doing it is Adam Strange is literally going to go to Kal-El's grandfather and say, "Your grandson will become this."
Yeah, from
hero.
what I see.
This is his cape. And the cape is actually going to work as kind of a sands of time. So the cape, something is supposed to happen in the future, but the cape is slowly deteriorating.
And kind of like the pictures in Back to the Future.
Correct. So
because
Adam Strange
I know
is telling his grandfather, like you need to make sure that you instill that you do, things a certain way.
Because I know, I think even Brainiac comes back from the future to destroy Krypton before.
Yeah, they're. I guess it's going to be the beginnings of when Brainiac first shows up to Krypton or something like that.
Yeah. But I think he does it knowing who Superman is and like, all right, well, I'm going to get rid of this before it even happens. Well, we'll see when the show. Now I'm kind of hoping.
The cool thing about it, though, is because that the creators were talking about the show and they're literally saying like they want to take everything that's been shown already for Superman and they want to put that into this show.
Crystals. So they have to
there's a lot of stuff that we've already seen that has to do with Superman, and we're going to see it all on this Krypton show. The entire mythology of the S will be talked about a lot. Okay. They're also spending like a large budget on the show to make it as real as possible.
I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah.
But I hope that it's not going to be, again, like Constantine, it's a good show, and they're like, you know what, it just didn't get renewed.
Well, let's see how many people are going to even check it out, though.
To me, though, Sci-Fi did Battlestar Galactica, and oh my god, that was such a good show. Love
now, I'm not against it. It's just the fact that I remember watching the original. Which only lasted one season.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you look at it. You talking about original?
Original was only one season, and then they did it was original one season, and then they did a battle because that came out in 77.
10 years later or something like that.
No, it came out in 77, and then they did Galactica 1980.
84.
And that's when they supposedly found Earth.
Yeah.
And it was garbage.
Yeah.
And then they tried to capture it again with the remake. They came up with Paprika, whatever it was called.
Paprika.
And that didn't work either.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's the same network that gave us Sharknado. So
sure.
Are they working with a Sharknado budget?
I don't know, because I don't know what the budget on Sharknado is now. The budget for the first one, that wasn't high.
They did hire prime actors Tara Reid and Ian Ziering. Is that his name? So
yeah.
But they had a whole bunch of cameos.
That movie was done purposely to be B level.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I think they're still on Netflix. They were on Netflix, and
which one?
All the Sharknados.
Oh yeah. And didn't they make one of the spiders too?
Yeah, they did spiders, like 2 of them. That was with
the guy from
Steve Gutenberg.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
No, see, and their horribly
They're
good
like,
movies.
Yeah. They're
Like
like,
I can't. It's like a car accident. I
it's
can't
like those,
stop and
those-
watch.
hey,
I have
they're
to.
like those 80s movies, you know,
Yeah.
like low budget 80s movies.
So we'll see how Krypton turns out. What else we got on the docket?
Marvel relaunch.
I know we talked about this a little bit
Right.
last time. Marvel is relaunching
Their entire run.
their entire run
Yeah.
for the 8th time in 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So the last time they relaunched was
last
7
year.
months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
So they're relaunching again.
hmm But the good thing about this, though, is that they're actually going to go back and they're going to bring back all the regular heroes that we knew.
But then again, it's been done.
know.
Here's
we're
the thing.
getting
How
Yeah,
many,
but with Marvel, they got so far away from the original,
look,
major
if you
heroes.
guys are Marvel fans, please let us know what you guys think. They've rebooted. Not to say
Mhm.
DC has not rebooted. They've rebooted,
Right.
but every time they reboot, it gets better.
Yeah.
In 52, people didn't like it at first.
The
They got
Rebirth.
rid of the trunks,
Some of it was good.
and then
Yeah.
and then it got progressively better. And then on top of it, they redid it again and did
Yeah.
Rebirth, and they
Rebirth.
took the things that people liked from 52
Kept
and
it.
brought
Right.
back the original.
Right.
And now they're even explaining it with Doomsday Clock. Well, this is exactly what happened.
Right.
It wasn't
Mhm.
Flashpoint, from what it seems like.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Right.
And they're reviving now the Watchmen. With Marvel, it's like, we don't like the direction that we're going, start over.
I think it's more of a scramble. They feel
And they
more
have
like they're
everything.
being-
They have everywhere. It's everywhere.
I feel like they're being more reactive to how people feel about the stories and how people feel about the characters and probably even the sales. Because
Well, the
let's be
sales
honest,
aren't there.
The sales aren't there. Yeah.
For the comic books now, their movies are doing great.
Marvel's doing
But it's reversed.
Yeah, it is reversed.
In DC, the stories are great.
Yeah,
The
comic.
animations are amazing for
Mhm.
their any animated movies. Their movies are good.
Mhm.
In my opinion, people will call it okay. People will
Yeah.
call it all right. But where Marvel is excelling, and that's because they have Disney dollars behind it,
Right.
is their movies.
Yeah.
But other than that, their TV shows are all right.
Yeah.
I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the only thing they have going on right now. I know
And
they-
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. might end up ending this
yeah,
season.
because they said
Yeah.
that they finished the season with an ending period.
Right.
It doesn't look like it's going to continue, but they left it open where they can come back, or they may
Right.
just end it right then and there. I know they were going to do a spinoff with,
Well, they were supposed to do a spin-off.
and they didn't.
With
Yeah,
who?
they canceled it. That was going to be with
Mockingbird, is that her name?
yeah,
Oh,
Mockingbird
Mockingbird.
and her husband.
And, yeah, they were going to do a spinoff. They were
I
going to
wish
be
they do
spies.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
And-
That Robbie character was.
Well, that's rumored to maybe go to Netflix if it happens.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but the
though.
thing is that I don't want that version of Ghost Rider. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was a good one. I want Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
Why Johnny Blaze has to be like a big budget movie?
No. It'll be
No,
better
I
on
think
Netflix.
it'd be better. I think it'd be
For
better on
sure.
Netflix. Yeah.
Especially since
I think with the movies, there'll be more restrictions and everything on there
Yeah,
because
that's true.
of the ratings. You put it on Netflix and you just tell a good
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
You know,
I
not have
mean,
to worry about any kind of
Because
restrictions.
in all honesty, they're the ones that turned Daredevil around. Not to say the comic books weren't that great,
Right.
but they weren't.
But
and then everyone had the stigma of Ben Affleck.
Right, and that's where my point is. You go to the movies and they try
Yeah,
to make a
that's
movie,
true.
and then they're like, okay, so where does this fit? Do we make it good for kids? Do we make it adult?
Yeah.
You know, and it gets lost,
And-
and then
and
the story
that-
gets changed, and
And a
it doesn't
character
work.
like that would go very well with Jessica Jones, Luke
Yeah,
Cage,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
Daredevil. And so I think, but I would like to see Johnny Blaze's
Yeah.
version of Ghost Rider. Nothing against the Robbie Ramirez one.
Robbie Reyes.
Robbie
Robbie
Reyes.
Reyes.
Yeah.
That's going too Mexican of a name. Anyway, Robbie Reyes' character, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it was a little too campy for
Well,
me.
I think what
And
you,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think what you want is a Johnny Blaze done with
Right.
justice. Yeah,
You're right.
yeah,
Not too ghetto.
yeah. It just,
No, not ghetto.
Not too hood.
No, I'm talking about Nicolas Cage's version.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not get into
Yeah,
that.
let's not
We'll
even.
never end.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I want to see, and I would love to see. I mean, I don't know how long of it. I know a lot of the original cast from The Walking Dead is kind of starting to walk away.
Yeah.
I would love to see Norman Reedus as Johnny Blaze.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
especially
if
since
it-
he
I don't know
loves
if it would
motorcycles.
work,
Yeah.
because he is still older. So I don't know if it would necessarily work. And that kind of was one of the problems that I have with Nicolas Cage playing him, because he looked too old.
But Nicholas just wanted to be Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That was his
Yeah.
problem.
But going back to the Marvel relaunch, that's actually like another good point though, because I would actually like to see Johnny Blaze come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's happy.
Well, now that's the thing is that now they're bringing back Thor as Thor, as opposed to, and the same thing now. Riri, who was Ironheart, is going to be a different character. She's not going to be Iron Man. Yeah. They're bringing back everyone originally. They're even coming back to the Avengers. Whoa. You know, they're coming back with Captain America.
Original Avengers are going to come
just a different, like, they're going to have powers too, or they're just going to be regular characters?
Powers as, like...
Oh, wait, no, she was Iron Man, right? So,
Riri? Yeah.
No, her technology. So what they're going to
do is, like, all the new characters that were supposedly taking over...
They're going to be there.
They're going to come back, but they're going to spin off on become their own character.
Oh, all right.
So instead of Riri being like a replacement for Iron Man, she's going to become something else. She's going to be like another War Machine. Or something.
Like for example, like Sam Wilson going to go back to being Falcon and Captain America. Or Steve Rogers is going to be
Thor. What's the female Thor?
She's dying.
She's dying or dead. Already. She might have already died.
Yeah, she had
cancer, right?
She had cancer, and every time she used her power, which is kind of weird. It's kind of like, oh, okay, here's power that could probably heal you, but instead it's going to kill you.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it was kind of interesting.
Oh no, that's what it was. That's how they explained it. She would get the chemo, and the power would actually remove the chemo from away from her.
Since she had cancer, that's what deemed her worthy to hold Mjolnir. But every time she did become, Thor, every time she utilized the power of Mjolnir and became Thor, once she came back to her normal self, all that cancer would come back like.
Because it would get rid of the chemo.
The chemo, all the chemo she did was
so and then Bruce Banner's coming back.
Yeah,
they're relaunching. Everything's going to go back to number one.
And they bring him back again. Did they bring him back? Awesome.
Yeah, see, I don't know. So I'm guessing that
everyone, as far as I know,
it makes sense to keep these other characters around. You put them on the.
How many more Hulks are there? I mean,
there's a few now.
Well,
there was a Red Hulk.
Yeah,
and then there's Awesome Hulk, Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk, Red Hulk, Red Female Hulk, and then there's Scar, which is Hulk's son. And then, even though he's not a Hulk, A-Bomb, which is Abomination, the new Abomination.
It just depends on whether or not they're going to
eradicate,
tell tell stories about all these different ones. I mean, realistically, what they could do, but then they probably won't because that's copying DC too much, is create, like a team or family for each one of these heroes. But again, like I said, that'd be kind of copying DC because DC's got that stuff.
The thing is that Marvel is ruining the number one issue.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I have 4 number ones of Avengers because they keep on relaunching it. So New Avengers number 1, I have Young Avengers number 1.
Well, what drives me nuts is when they give it a different name, Ultimate or Uncanny or
and but what had happened before is that they relaunched, they went number 1s, they relaunched again.
Yep.
Did not do number 1s. They picked up back to number 300 and whatever the case is. They're relaunching again and going back at number 1.
Yep.
So,
but
what was it? All
Fantastic Four supposed to come back.
Fantastic Four is coming back. That's what I think. Cool. I think they're going back to their basics of what worked for Marvel.
Yeah.
And
in the comics.
And I think Brian Michael Bendis leaving had a lot to do with them restructuring.
That's why,
And let's reboot this all over again.
Yeah.
But this is like, again, 7th time in 10 years that they're rebooting again. So who knows? Again, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the relaunch? What characters are you excited to have come back? And what characters do you think deserve their own book this time?
What characters are you... What off characters or B characters do you want to see continue?
Also, what characters other than Ghost Rider deserve a Netflix show? Obviously, for me,
what do you want to watch?
Yeah,
Moon Knight should get their own show.
I'm wondering if they're going to do something with Moon Knight. Moon Knight, the new comic book series of Moon Knight got really popular, so I'm thinking Moon Knight is kind of making a comeback.
Yeah,
so it's very possible we could see Moon Knight.
But which Moon Knight? Because there's so many different Moon Knights too.
Oh, wow. Let's just hold out to see if we get something on Moon Knight and then see where it goes from there.
All right, real quick, we're going to touch our sponsor for today's episode is Solomon Grundy's Crematorium and Mortuary. Solomon Grundy's Crematorium and Mortuary located in the swamp of Louisiana. They have done high-profile funerals such as Booster Gold's, Green Lantern's, and recently Henry Cavill's mustache. Somebody's dead. Call Solomon Grundy.
Opens on Sunday.
Closed on Monday. That being said, we're going to talk about... Did you guys see Henry Cavill's Instagram where he talked about R.I.P. to his mustache?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
We should all shave our mustache now, right?
I don't have one.
Oh,
That's what that is over your lip? Is a mustache?
Yeah, it's a baby one.
Oh, wow. I thought it was dirt.
He's going to shave it.
I'm going to shave it.
He's gonna
And,
shave it.
and bury it.
All you got to do is pluck it. That's all you got to do. It's like 1, 2,
Right.
done. I thought it was hilarious. He said
Yeah, it was
part-time
really funny.
superhero, part-time spy.
The whole montage.
Yeah.
Oh my
He did an
God.
RIP to
Yeah.
his mustache.
Yeah,
so
that was hilarious.
Yeah,
If you guys aren't following Henry
Henry
Cavill, you gotta check it out. That just what is that? Just came out today.
it came out today, which is the 21st
Came out last
of
night.
March.
Was it last night?
Last night.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then what was even funnier is the one part of him as Superman with the
CG.
CGI,
that like went quick.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait,
Yeah,
go
you
back.
see the mustache all kind of styles too, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was really good.
Actually, he looked good in a mustache.
Yeah.
Which I thought, like, if anything, they should bring him back and have, like, the scruff. You came back
Oh,
from
yeah.
the dead, you don't have time to shave. But he
Yeah.
was clean shaven
Yeah.
when he came out of the casket.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Did you guys buy the Blu-ray?
I still gotta get it.
I'm waiting. I want to get because there's
He's
six
got-
of them, right?
He's got a
No.
connection somewhere.
Yeah, there's six of them. There's 6 versions. Like everybody has like a special edition. Like
No, they're all the
Oh
same.
no, the covers. The
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're all the same
I
movie.
wanna,
It's just,
no, but I want to get the comic book one.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. I mean, it's got a couple features here and there. The same deleted scenes that you've seen on the internet are the ones like with him, and you see the black suit in the background, or him talking to Alfred.
Right.
That's pretty much the only
it.
2
Yeah.
deleted scenes that are on there. That's it.
This
A
is-
couple other features kind of like bringing the league together. They talk. There's a little 15-minute documentary.
Isn't there like a cyborg thing too that he's talking? Or
He narrates something.
Oh,
And he pretty much introduces who the new characters, Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman.
Right.
I mean, everyone knows the other 3. So he does like a little featurette as far as who these characters are. And then there's a documentary, Jim Lee's in it, a couple other writers and artists from DC talk about why the Justice League is so important.
video. And,
Yeah,
No
especially
Snyder.
no Snyder or Nora.
Well, he's
Jeff Johns.
yeah.
I mean, obviously.
He's always there. He's a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I liked it. Speaking of DC movies, there's a lot of backlash as far as Shazam's
Shazam.
costume.
Shazam.
No,
Shazam.
it's like this.
Shazam!
You have to understand, when he does that, is when he's alone in his room.
Yeah. I'm trying to
What?
get power.
He's got a toy.
Yeah.
I don't think
He's a
I don't,
Shazam.
I don't think it's a toys. Not that action figure.
Oh,
Anyway,
Yeah.
people,
Yeah. Okay. So
Opinions.
we talked about this already, where they've already shown some pictures
and we'll
behind the scenes of the movie.
so we could show them up and
Yeah.
let you guys see what the
should
costume
be
looks like.
should be right there. You can see it on the picture.
And then the costume looks.
It looks good.
It looks like
The
the comic book.
Yeah. To
Now,
me,
the only
it's-
thing that
it's
I don't
legit
see,
to the
which
comics.
obviously is not going to be shown in practical effects,
It's
is the
lightning.
lightning or the lightning-ish static that comes off of his
Right.
aura,
Yeah.
which you can't fault.
Yeah.
Now, going from Shazam to Captain Marvel, I think there's more flaws in the Captain Marvel costume that
Yeah,
I've
no
seen.
kidding.
Now, I don't know if it's green because they're going to CG the color on it,
Yeah.
I think so.
which is going to be a bad idea because Green Lantern already experienced that. But why are people freaking out about a unfinished product?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me throw that out real quick. So you guys listening out there right now, if you have any suggestions or comments that you want to make on the Shazam outfit, since hopefully you've seen it now, let us know.
Yeah. Drop your comments.
Because us 3, yeah, we are a bit of a DC fan, but we think it looks good. We don't
Yeah.
understand why people are upset and trashing it.
Yeah, it's the right
You know,
color,
It's perfect.
the right
color.
concepts.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
people.
But what's the issue?
Yeah.
If you have an issue, what is the issue? What is
the
it?
problem with it? I don't get it.
I mean,
Okay.
if you're gonna go on the fake muscles that people have been saying, Batman did the same thing.
Yeah.
Almost every single Batman, with the exception of Adam West,
Yeah.
It's just a costume.
hasn't the same thing. I'm trying to think what other characters like use padded suits. I mean, even
Captain America.
Captain. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
he did in the,
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, they gave him the definition. So I mean, that is But what is it that you guys don't like about the costume?
Do you guys even know about Shazam? Like, that just judging it, or
I mean,
Yeah, that's another question.
yeah.
Like,
One
why
of
are they judging it because they've never heard of them?
yeah. So if need be, let us know and we'll do an episode on
If
who
not,
Captain or who
check-
Shazam is.
check
Yeah.
that. Okay, check the suit that we that they're showing the picture now, and go try to look at the 1976 TV show
right?
and compare that and tell me what what looks better.
Because the way I look at it is because this is what I had been talking about way before when they just announced that they were even thinking about making a Shazam movie. It was like 3 years ago. And to me, considering what Schneider's done with Superman, darkening the suit and everything, to me, I was like, okay, if they do a Shazam, they need to lighten that up.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention, again, we're gonna do a Shazam episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But he's a 10-year-old boy.
Right.
So I mean, I would see
His
Harry-
mentality, yeah.
his
Yeah.
bright colors. I would see his
He's
version of a suit.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to be a superhero. He wants everybody to see him. So the colors are bright
To
because
him, to him, a superhero is going to be
it's like a
straight out of
costume, like a
comic book.
Halloween costume. You want
Yeah.
to get the brightest one so people can see you
Yeah,
and notice
exactly.
you.
So I mean, I don't see the issue with the costume. We're gonna show you also what the comic book looks like
Yeah.
compared to the
We'll put a
live
few
action.
pictures so you guys can see the difference. Because
Yeah.
remember, they changed it even on 52.
But yeah,
and-
we're really interested to hear. I mean, some of the backlash that these pictures have been getting. I mean, I've been seeing stuff saying that the suit looks like garbage. DC needs to rethink their movie. I don't get it. I mean, you haven't even seen the movie yet.
yeah.
I mean,
Give it a chance.
yeah. I mean, you always have to give every movie a chance, whether you don't know anything about the character, whether you don't like the direction of the
It's for
character.
like
or
an
whatever.
example. What did they say about Wonder Woman? Oh, she's gonna
Yeah,
suck.
same
And
thing.
look
She's
it.
too skinny.
Yeah, and
Too
look at
skinny.
now. Who's Wonder Woman?
Well, even at the point going back to Jack Nicholson as Joker,
Yeah.
I couldn't see it because I knew who Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
was.
Right.
But if there's any actor that could play crazy, it's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Yeah.
Nest
Yeah.
or even The Shining?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He plays crazy
Crazy.
very, very well.
it's insane.
So that was a comic book version of Joker.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Heath Ledger, who I
Oh,
was
yeah.
totally against
So was
Yeah,
I.
yeah, me
So was
too.
from
I.
the beginning.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Because in my world, this guy's painting his face,
Yeah.
and Joker's skin is white.
What?
After I saw that movie, I can't see anyone else playing
Oh, yeah.
the Joker, but that's a different version of the
Yeah,
Joker from.
right.
This is if you're
That
gonna fall in
generation.
acid, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So a crazy guy with scars on his face that he probably did himself or didn't, who knows? Because that's
Yeah.
always been
Because they didn't
didn't really
say-
say anything.
He had so many stories too.
Yeah.
that but a crazy guy with scars on his face, painting his face, and
Making a
robbing
smile,
banks,
right? Making a smile.
and that's more plausible than a guy falling in acid.
Yeah.
So I understand, but honestly, Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson from the beginning were horrible casting choices in my eyes until I saw their performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going from. I mean, even Captain America, Chris Evans,
Yeah.
I thought was a horrible choice. They got the Human Torch
Yeah.
to play Captain America. He's great.
Yeah.
He's really good. Robert Downey Jr. is Robert Downey Jr. So, I mean,
Robert Downey Jr. was born to play.
Yeah, he was.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. And but that, and Chris Hemsworth, nobody knew who he was.
Yeah.
I don't, at least I didn't.
That was
So-
his first movie, right? Or was it like
No, he's done a couple other
Well,
things.
he's small little
small.
things.
Yeah, small movies like
But,
big budget movies.
And even like with Tom Hiddleston on when he's
Oh,
plays
yeah.
Loki. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Well,
haven't seen
even the
anybody
guy,
else play
even the
Loki.
guy, what's his name from Spider Man? Everybody's like, oh yeah, he's
Tobey
no,
Maguire?
No, the
No.
new one, Tom Holland,
Garfield?
the cat, the kitty cat.
No, he did a good job.
Yeah,
No, he
does,
did.
He does a really good job.
But
playing
again,
both
that's
characters.
but then
Yeah.
again, that's a character that I really didn't. I mean, a person that I didn't really know. That's why
Yeah.
I think Christopher Reeves
Yeah.
works so well
Yeah, same
because
thing.
nobody knew he became
And he
and
embodied Superman.
and Henry Cavill. He had a couple things. He was in HBO's Tudors. Nothing major, no big roles. I think Superman was his first, maybe his first leading role.
No, it was
No.
the Crystal.
No,
It wasn't in there.
in Count of Monte Cristo.
He was playing the son.
He played the son.
Yeah, but it was.
So it wasn't a very big role.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But
He wasn't the
did-
main character.
Oh yeah, but it was like
Before-
He wasn't Edmond Dantes.
Before
but you would.
before Man of Steel though, he did have one movie that he played the main role.
It was about gods.
Yeah, he goes up against the gods like Hercules. Kind of. He embodied that character.
Immortals.
Yeah. So it was such a great movie. It was such a great movie that nobody remembers it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out. Immortal.
But he wasn't one of those like main like everyone knows who Henry Cavill is now. I mean,
Superman.
Right. But I heard about the Immortals movie, and when I found out that was the same guy as the Man of Steel,
I seen it just
I
because,
said, okay,
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, just because
because I wanted to see, okay, who is this guy? What does
Yeah.
he look like now? And all that kind of stuff. Because again, the only thing I had seen him in before was kind of Monte Cristo. And I'm like, he's just
He's
a
little kid, yeah.
You know, so I have no idea what this guy looks like now. So
I
that was
saw
why
him. Like I said,
movie.
the first time I saw him was in. Well, I mean, I did see Little Count of Monte Cristo. Are you talking about the one with Guy Pearce?
No. Yeah.
And because they're in different movies of Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh right.
So,
Yeah,
it was the one that when
it was
they
like
got
15
him,
years ago, I think. It was.
Yeah, but he also did. He was in Tudors, which is Henry VIII
right
story on HBO. Give the movie, give the character a shot. Give the movie a try and see how you guys think about it before you guys just rag on the suit.
And lastly, we got a small movie review. I don't know if you guys seen this video game turned movie again, Tomb Raider.
I'm out of this one because I don't watch it. So they're pretty much going to ruin it for me right now.
Well, exactly.
Spoiler free.
Okay, what did you plan on seeing the movie?
Are you gonna watch
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
You
just didn't watch it.
It's
just I'm not going to watch it like I didn't watch it open
realistically,
weekend.
we're not going to spoil it because we'll do spoiler free because there's I mean,
highly recommend it. Yeah, highly recommend it.
Angelina Jolie movies.
Yeah, I know.
There's not much difference as far as plot. It's just the way the movie is done.
I think it seems like it's like a female Indiana Jones.
Yes. I mean, this movie...
But that's what the character of Tomb Raider
No, but this
is.
movie...
but what if you... Okay, I'm going to compare it a lot to the Angelina Jolie, because when Angelina Jolie's version came out, that was what I was telling everybody else, because everybody was like, what's Tomb Raider? What's Laura Croft? So to me, I was always explaining it to people that didn't play the video game. Well, she's like a female Indiana Jones. And people go like, oh, okay. Then I saw the movie, and I was like, yeah, never mind. It's not a female Indiana Jones. This is something else. But
and then they made a part 2.
Yeah,
worse.
It's just worse.
Yeah, worse.
This new Tomb Raider, this replaces Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and this
without a doubt,
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
no, you
gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Are you gonna tell me that this movie is so good? I'm gonna want to forget about Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
In the movie,
that was Avaz and Nihai who said that. So any angry messages, go right to them.
Go watch it.
The depth of the movie and the peril that they put her in, it's exactly what Laura Croft needed.
Yeah.
I mean, there again, on our Wonder Comics page, I even posted a fan film that came out maybe 10 years ago. And it's almost like that's where they got the idea for this movie. It's very, very down to earth, very gritty.
Well, wait a minute. Did you guys play the video game?
Yeah.
I believe
the
old version.
The newer version. The new version
is based on that, right?
It's based on this movie,
right?
Yeah.
So it could also be said that movie you saw could be based on the video game.
Well, yeah. I mean, the fan film I believe might have been based off of that video game too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the fan film to me was like when I saw the fan film, I was like, okay, this is the kind of movie that they should make.
Uh-huh.
You know, so now that they actually made the movie, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's exactly what they did with the fan film. This is the movie that we needed to see. Mm-hmm. This is the movie that they should have made originally. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of parts in this movie where I was on the edge of my seat. Oh my God.
It's a lot of good action.
I mean, it looks real. She looks like she's in danger. Would they get an Academy Award? You know,
she don't look like she don't start like she's tough. You know, she goes through like cycles to be where she's at. It's really good.
Yeah, it ends well. It doesn't give anything that's like, you know, oh, I know where it's coming or I know where it's going and stuff like that. Like, no, you kind of don't. You know, I mean, you have an idea that obviously she'll end up saving the day or whatever. Mm. But throughout the movie, you don't know where it's going to go. And it feels like one of the games. You know, because when you're playing those games, you don't know where you're going. You don't know where it's going to end.
For me,
what's going to pop out.
For me, I'm going to watch it. The only thing is that, like, there really hasn't been any good video game movies.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a start. It's a start. I think it's a start.
Well, you like everything.
No, but I'm not really.
What is it?
I'm not.
He walked out of one movie that wasn't as horrible.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really a video game I don't
That's
play
true.
video
He
games.
doesn't.
I don't
he's
play
not
video
big on
games.
games either.
I used to like back when the first PlayStation came out or Xbox, but not no more.
Yeah, this is just like
If I watch
because the
this
clothing looks exactly like a video game.
Right.
So I mean, I know that's what the adaptation.
like
came
if
from.
I go
Right.
like let's say if I didn't know nothing about video games and I go watch the movie, I'm gonna enjoy the movie. It's a really good movie.
Did you like Resident Evil?
Yeah, I like Resident Evil.
Okay. Did you what other video game movies are out there?
Rocky.
Doom. Did you like Doom?
No, I didn't watch that.
Okay. No, there were console
Doom?
games.
Well, Doom started out as a PC game.
Yeah.
Originally,
Yeah.
You know what movie?
Did you like Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Did you like
That was
Super
actually
Mario
really
Brothers?
Did you?
No.
I did.
I was more afraid that you were gonna say yeah.
when it came out.
Oh my god. So that at
Did you like the trailer of Rampage?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
See,
No, I just played it
that
out.
that proves my point.
That's all cool. But
yeah.
watch the movie and then come
No,
back and tell us
I'm
what
gonna.
you think.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna watch it,
And
but
I
but,
understand exactly
based
what you're
on
saying.
but based on what we're talking about as far as like video game
Yeah.
adaptations, I'm trying to think if there's
But
anything.
Battleship.
Yeah, this is getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is kind of my point, though. Okay, because we even have 2 movies.
Yeah,
done off of.
Yeah, no, but it was
and
also.
that gives a bad taste in people's
But
mouths.
that's the thing is that but those movies are very loosely based on the source material.
Yeah, but those movies too. At the same time, I think it was
It was
just
like-
it was too Hollywood.
And
They
I
got
think
a
it was
big
a
name
big budget
actress.
movie. It was a bigger budget
Yeah,
movie.
it was just way
Yeah,
over
I
the
don't
top. I mean, you go back.
Oh
and
yeah,
watch
because
that
remember
first-
the buildings
that
jumping
first
and all
one?
that. I think it was more of a budget movie, the first Tomb Raiders, and it wasn't even all that. This one's like maybe it's not a big budget movie or whatever, but it had
Well,
action.
I heard this movie. They spent a lot of money on it because there is a lot of CGI scenes.
Yeah.
Now this is the kind of thing that I'm kind of curious to see or to hear is what people's thoughts are on the CGI in this movie. Because if you sit there and like really pay attention, I mean,
Well,
you'll kind of be able to.
There's
nitpick
certain
different
movies
things,
that people
but-
will nitpick,
Yeah,
like example of DC movies,
mustaches.
and don't get me wrong,
Rest in peace.
if I take the time to slow the movie down,
Mm-hmm.
pause it, I could pick a movie apart
Right.
as well. But no one really complains about movies that are hardcore CG.
Right.
Like I said before, everyone likes Zack Snyder's movies after they've been out for a while.
Yeah.
300 was one of the ones that got criticized for all the CG. Now,
Even
you're saying
Thor,
Tomb Raider
even-
has one. Yeah.
Even Ragnarok was full of CG.
Yeah, and nobody batted an eye.
Yeah.
But you
The
know,
Hulk was
Except for
CG.
maybe the Hulk.
Yeah.
but you know, you CG one little thing and like, oh, movie's ruined. I can't watch it because of this simple one.
But that's my point, though, because when I sat and watched this movie, though, I knew in the back of my mind that a lot of this stuff was CG because there's just no way she could be in that kind of danger.
I have no problem with the CG.
It was so good.
No, yeah.
I was too,
Like, what's gonna
wrapped
happen
up in the
guys,
movie to think about
If
it.
you know of any good video game movie, please let us know what your comments are.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing
Yes,
the new
yes.
Tomb Raider one. I haven't seen it yet, but in my experience, I haven't really experienced a really good video game movie yet.
Tomb Raider.
Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
Which one?
Street
Which
Fighter.
one? There's only one.
Hey, Street Fighter. No, there's 2.
No, that one don't count.
You see? And even the first one wasn't that great.
Oh, get out.
The first one was not that great.
Leave your card.
The first
That was
one
a
was the
good
best
movie.
one.
No!
That was a great movie.
How could you?
Okay, well, then you must not have been a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
fan.
No, I like Mortal Kombat.
Kombat.
But it just
Movie was bad.
you know you also have like
Oh yeah, the guy with the arms in it with the.
yeah.
man.
you had Sub-Zero and Scorpion on the same side when they're
Mhm.
enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You have Raiden who didn't fight at all.
Mm-hmm.
You have horrible like
I'm still waiting for the
Claymation.
bad parts.
the story, the fight sequences. Johnny Cage is leaving a
Okay.
picture
So-
saying like, "You're my
so-
biggest fan."
You completely lost me because to me those are all the best
Yeah.
parts of the
Oh
movie.
my god, that's horrible.
And on
The
top of
story,
it,
you're
on
gonna
top
say
of
the
it-
story's really
on top of
good.
it, the music
Oh yeah.
No, don't get
killed it.
the one song.
All of them.
What? Name one of the
I
songs.
bought the soundtrack.
You bought the
I
soundtrack?
swear to you.
Guys, we're gonna sample the soundtrack. Because to me, that's only that one song.
It's already playing. What are you talking about? Okay, because when I was growing up, because when this movie came out, I was late teens, and my buddy and me, we stayed up playing Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter all day long. The Street Fighter movie, no. I mean, I still watch it only because I'm a fan of Street Fighter. That's all I have. But I also have the animated movies, which
Yeah, the
I
anime.
love.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
those are really good.
Those I'll watch over and over.
Did you guys ever watch Mortal Kombat Legacy?
Yes, I saw that too.
Okay, that was
was
probably
good.
That
better.
was the best.
It was better.
Yeah,
And I
a lot
liked it.
better.
Mhm.
It was really good.
It was darker,
But
too.
considering the first movie, I mean, considering for the time, considering for, you know...
CGI, or not even CGI, because it was puppets.
Considering the video game movies that we had
Oh
up to
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Mario Brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
You probably-
that movie was...
Did you-
that
did-
movie
did
was-
you-
That wasn't even
Yes.
like from the game. They made some a whole different movie.
Yeah.
No, Mario.
That came out like 92, I think. 92, 93,
Was
something
it
like that.
90? I think it was.
It was.
Yeah,
I think it was 94.
Yeah, it was early 90s. I
Yeah.
think it was early 90s. But yeah, they did come out with that
And then part
small
2 had.
series. As a matter of fact, Mortal Kombat had a TV series.
Did it?
Yeah, there was a TV
The only
series.
one I
that
know
came
is
out,
like
and then they did the webisodes.
no,
of
yeah, no,
Legacy.
yeah. You're thinking it was on Kung Lao.
Yeah.
It was based
Yeah.
on Kung Lao and his how when
That,
he
one,
did-
that one was just flat out story. There was no like special effects. I don't even
Yeah.
think there was any
Yeah.
fighting or anything.
it was
like that.
it had the same feel as Hercules and Xena.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow.
Exactly. I think
It
it might have been made by the same people. I
It
don't
could
know for
be
Sure.
Saban or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But I cannot be. I'll watch it, but for me
No.
to be like, let me take time out of my day and pop in
I'll
the
do it.
soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
can't.
I used to play that all the time.
I'm pretty sure. You also had glow sticks in your room as you were listening to it.
We're getting too personal. Okay. Yeah, I want to get a rating on your opinion on it. What would you rate it?
I give it a 8.
An 8?
That's about 40 highs.
Yeah, 4.5.
Me, probably give it maybe even a 9.
Wow.
I mean, I really, really enjoyed this film. And like
I
I was
hope-
saying, especially the reason why I say that it replaces Indiana Jones, because that last Indiana Jones
Oh, yeah.
movie was a big
Oh, yeah.
disappointment.
That's what another thing that came out is they were starting production on Indiana Jones
5. Yeah, I'm going to hold my breath on that one.
Yeah.
Because after the last one, I'm not even hyped for it
Yeah.
anymore. It just really. left a
I'm
bad
hoping
taste
they're
in my
gonna.
mouth.
I'm hoping they're gonna do like he did with Han Solo, and
Oh,
not in a way kind of retire him.
They should. They
Properly.
should have done that with the
Should've,
last movie.
Yeah. The
That was
son.
another problem
Yeah.
I had with that movie. You know, he
But
took the hat
son,
away.
remember the son was going to
The
take
son
over.
picks up the hat and
And
then
he
he takes the
grab-
hat away.
yeah, but
And I
it
was like,
just-
really?
But do you really want Mutt to be the next Indiana Jones?
Ow. I would have preferred,
Tomb Raider.
somebody.
Yeah.
But to me, again, like I said, this movie to me was like a female Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you guys ever watch that old Young Indiana Jones?
Oh yeah, the
No.
Chronicles.
The Chronicles of a Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That was actually
I
not
watched
that
the
bad.
Good,
I watched
yeah.
the cartoon, but not the TV show.
They had cartoon.
Yeah, they had
Indiana
the
Jones
cartoon.
That was short lived. I think that's where we're gonna end today's episode. If you guys have any feedback, please let us know. We talked
Drop
about
your
it.
comments.
We asked-
really want to hear your feedback.
We asked a lot of
Stuff.
questions. Primarily, what do you guys think of the relaunch of Marvel? What is your biggest issue with the Shazam suit,
Shazam.
or what you like or don't like about it? And
Yeah, we'd really love to hear your
Yeah.
feedback on the suit. On what you
also,
think of
have you guys ever seen any good video game movies other than Laura Croft? I haven't seen it yet, but they swear by it. Nihai likes
Highly
everything.
recommend it.
Nihai likes everything. His favorite movie is Batman and Robin,
Yes.
and and obviously,
it.
Bang. That's bang.
and he also likes Mac and Me. So
Yeah.
take whatever he says sometimes with a grain of salt,
With
'cause
a
he
pound,
doesn't-
pound of salt.
a pound of salt, and yeah,
Oh,
drop.
and if you've seen Tomb Raider, let us know what you
Yeah,
think of that
comment.
too.
What's your
And
opinion?
don't spoil it right now because I know there's still apart from me, there's a few people. So
Yeah.
then we'll let you guys know when we're gonna do our little mini spoiler review on that.
Yeah.
I think after we've all seen it and we can talk about it a little bit.
Well, you
Normally-
haven't
real,
seen it.
real quick though on the
no,
Tomb
but we
Raider
normally like
movie,
to. Go ahead.
on the Tomb Raider movie, I just want to say that this movie too is good for kids, so it's good
Yeah.
for any age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know, what I mean,
So-
there wasn't even. I think there was maybe one curse word done through the whole
Yeah.
movie.
but there are times it's kind of like we want to give you guys a chance to. I mean, where Nihai has all the time in the world,
Yeah.
so he's already. He's already after we're done here. He's gonna start camping out for Infinity
Infinity
War,
War.
even though he's
No.
already got his ticket.
No, it's Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. So no, he's still gonna camp out for Infinity War right now. So we normally like to give it a couple weeks before we give our spoiler review. So
Mhm.
if you guys have any questions, please spread the word of our little tiny podcast. Again, we're a bunch of guys that still don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's a show for nerds by nerds.
And family.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and hit that that like, hit that little bell so that way you get the notifications.
Ding, ding.
And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace. Bye.
Test your might.